Good morning, children. Today in Maths, let's continue with our chapter Addition and Subtraction up to 999. So today our topic is word problems. We have learned word problems in our previous class itself. So now let's learn some more. Here in your text, page number 100, you can see this word problem. Let's read it out. There are 256 toys and 235 t-shirts in a store. How many items are there in all? So this is the problem and we have to find out how many items are there in all. So here you can see that there are 256 toys and 235 t-shirts. So how can we form steps for this question? You can write it down. Number of toys is equal to 256. So read the question 3 or 4 times, understand it properly, and from the question itself you can form the steps for the word problems. So here you can write number of toys. This sentence you can take down from the question itself. So number of toys is equal to 256. Number of t-shirts is equal to 235. Now we have to find out total number of items. So what will be the next step? Total number of items. We have to add these two numbers. So let's check. 256 plus 235. Both are 3-digit numbers. So we have ones, tens and hundreds. Now let's add. For adding, what we have to do? We'll move on to the ones place first. So 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. Number 11. We have two numbers. So what we have to do? The one which is in the ones place, we write it in the ones place, and the other one we carry it over to the tens place. So now we have in the tens place 1 plus 5 plus 3. We have to add these three numbers. So let's add. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So write down 9 in the tens place. Now we'll move on to the hundreds place. In the hundreds place we have 2 plus 2. So how much is 2 plus 2? It is 4. So we got the answer 491. So the total number of items is equal to 491. Let's look at our next question. Ria read a storybook of 245 pages and Akshay read a storybook of 362 pages. Find out the total number of pages they read. So in this question you can see that Ria read a storybook of 245 pages. So in that storybook there are 245 pages, and Akshay also read a storybook. In that book there were 362 pages. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the total number of pages they read. So here in this question you can see the word total. So these are some key words for addition. If you see, find out the total or how many are there altogether, you can understand that you have to do addition for that questions. So here find the total number of pages they read. Now let's form the steps for the word problems. Number of pages Ria read is equal to 245. Number of pages Akshay read is equal to 362. Now we have to find out the total pages. For that we have to add both the numbers. So we have 245 plus 362. So first we'll add the numbers in the ones place. We have 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. In the tens place we have 4 plus 6. How much is 4 plus 6? 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. So that 0 we write it in the tens place and 1 we carry it over to the hundreds place. Now in the hundreds place we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. We have 3 numbers to add in the hundreds place. So first we'll add the first two numbers. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. And with that 3 we'll add the next 3. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So we got the answer 607. So the total number of pages Ria and Akshay read is equal to 607 pages they read. Now let's look at the next question. Shilpa planted 321 mango trees and 165 coconut trees. How many plants did she plant in all? So what is the question? Shilpa planted 321 mango trees and 165 coconut trees. We have to find out the total number of trees. So now let's check the step. Number of mango trees is equal to 321. Number of coconut trees is equal to 165. Total number of trees we have to add and find it out. So that we have written here 321 plus 165. So first we'll add the numbers in the ones position. We have 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So write down that in the ones position. Then we'll move on to the tens position. 2 plus 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So write down that in the tens position. Now we'll move on to the hundreds position. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we got the answer 486. So the total number of trees Shilpa planted is 486. Let's look at the next question. In a workshop, there are 239 cars and 339 bikes. Find the total number of vehicles. Here also you can see the question, find the total number of vehicles. So we have to find how many cars and how many bikes were there in all together. So let's write the step. Number of cars is equal to 239. Number of bikes is equal to 339. And the total number of vehicles is equal to 239 plus 339. So let's add. We have 9 plus 9 in the ones position. So 9 plus 9 is 18. So what we have to do? We write the 8 here in the ones position, and this one we carry it over to the tens position. Now we have 3 numbers in the tens position to add. We have 1 plus 3 plus 3. So we'll first add 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So write down the answer 7 in the tens position. Now we'll move to the hundreds position. We have 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, and we got the answer 578. So the total number of vehicles is equal to 578. In your textbook, page number 100, you can see this question. Kingsbridge School organized a cultural program to celebrate the Independence Day. They invited 546 parents and 64 PTA members to attend the program. How many people were invited to the program? So this is the question. Below that you can see, present 5 lines on the topic, I love my country in your class. So you have to write 5 lines about I love my country. So do you know which country you live in? We live in India. So our country is India, and people speak different languages in India. So we should be proud of our country. There are different cultures, there are different religions in our country. So we should always respect our motherland, and we should always be proud to say that you are an Indian. So now let's move on to our question. The steps we can see. Number of parents is equal to 546. The next step, number of PTA members is equal to 64. So we have to find out the total number of people who attended the Independence Day. So for that, 546 plus 64. Here you have a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number. So we'll calculate from the ones place. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. We wrote the 0 in the ones place. 1 we carry it over to the tens place. Now we have 1 plus 4 plus 6 in the tens place. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. So the one we wrote here in the tens place, and the other one we carried over to the hundreds place. Now in the hundreds place we have 1 plus 5. So how much is 1 plus 5? It is 6, and we got the answer 610. So the total number of people who attended the Independence Day were 610. In your textbook, page number 101, you have the practice coach. You have this question. First let's check that. In a pond, there are 414 bluefish and 265 goldfish. How many fish are there in a pond? There are 414 bluefish and 265 goldfish. We have to find out how many fish are there in all. That is the total number we have to find out. Let's write the steps for that. Number of bluefish is equal to 414. Number of goldfish is equal to 265. Now the total number of fish, we have to add these both numbers. 414 plus 265. So 4 plus 5. 4 and 5 are there in the ones position. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. The number in the tens position, 1 plus 6. So how much is 1 plus 6? 1 plus 6 is 7. Write down that in the tens position, and then we'll move on to the hundreds position. We have 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. So the answer is 679. So the total number of fish is 679. The second question, Swapan scored 456 runs in the first match and 274 runs in the second match. How many runs did he score in all? So these questions you can write down in your notebook and write the steps for that in the notebook. So how can we write the steps for this? Let's check. Number of runs Swapan scored in the first match is equal to 456. Number of runs Swapan scored in second match is equal to 274. Now we have to find out the total number of runs. For that we can add 456 plus 274. So which numbers are there in the ones position? It is 6 plus 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Write the 0 in the ones place. 1 carry it over to the tens place. Now we have 1 plus 5 plus 7 in the tens place. So let's add 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. The 3 we write in the tens place and 1 we carry it over to the hundreds place. So 1 plus 4 plus 2 we have to add in the hundreds place. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7 and the answer is 730. So the total number of scores is 730. The next question, the third one, is an activity for you. Let's read out the question. A balloon seller has 362 red balloons and 252 green balloons. How many balloons does he have in all? So a balloon seller is having 362 red balloons and 252 green balloons. How many balloons does he have in all? So how can you write the steps for this? Number of red balloons, number of green balloons, total number of balloons. This will be the activity for you. And the next question, the fourth one, this is also an activity for you to do. Let's read out the question. In a library, there are 406 books of English, 431 books of Hindi and 142 books of mathematics. Help Miss Kannan, the librarian, count the total number of books. So here there are three-digit numbers to add. 406 books of English, 431 books of Hindi and 142 books of mathematics. We have to find out the total by adding these three numbers. So these two questions, that is the question number 3 and question number 4, it is the activity for you to do. So hope you all understood how to do the word problems. We'll be meeting in the next class. Till then, thank you.